Hey there, what you're about to see is not as dramatic or spooky as I'm making this out to be, but it's actually about some frogs and some dice and a dungeon that you make your way through. So I hope you'll enjoy letting me take you through this journey, through these dungeons, and introducing you to your new favorite dice roguelike video game. Also, you don't need to make my ego any larger, but if you want to, a subscription would surely help in doing so.
Do you ever have so much motivation that you want to do something, but you don't have that something prepared or ready, or for some reason you're just not able to do it immediately, but you'd really just want to do it anyway? So you're gonna rush the prep phase just so you can get to the part that you want to do? That's exactly what this video is feeling like to me, but I'm so ready for it. G-Spree gang, welcome finally to Die in the Dungeon. The full release hit my Steam library just about 2 months ago, and I have been, I have been pulling at my suspender strings with my thumbs and going, ooh-wee, this is awesome. I don't know if suspender people do that, but how else are they going to show emotions while they're wearing suspenders? I mean, like, it's part of who you are now, so therefore the suspenders is part of your emotion. No? That makes sense to me. Anyways, I've not been able to formulate an entire thought apart from I love this game so much. So here we are, we got some pen to paper, we got some notes taken, we got a script going. So if you don't know what this is, please allow me to introduce you to your new favorite dice game. Especially if you like Slay the Spire and you haven't seen this yet, it's gonna be awesome, trust me. Who needs a deck of cards when you have a satchel full of colorful little dice? That is exactly what we're doing here. So throw them out, throw all your deck sleeves out, we're grabbing our man satchel full of rocks and we're going in. And there are so many colors in this bag, you will be mesmerized. Beyond your basic damage, shield, healing, and boost, there's a whole bunch of other cool colors associated to terrain, blood, gold, energy, poison, regen, barrier, and I think there's a few others as well. Granted, most of these you won't find until you start getting towards the latter half of Act 2, but I often just find myself building shield. You can also get a bunch of relics that help you prioritize a specific playstyle, or you can really just go balls to the walls with a little bit of every single color. But most of my runs, I kid you not, I just ball up like a turtle instead of a frog, shield myself, and just watch the enemy die of boredom. Either bleed or poison or just passive damage from my relics. Going a full satchel full of shielding rocks has really just been the place where I've seen the most success. But there's one relic, it's in the shape of a pill. If you end combat at full HP, it grants you 1 extra max HP. The second I get this relic, my entire game plan goes out the window. Screw doing something new, screw doing something unique. I am, for the 4th time in a row, going to be just building shield and getting max HP. I've gotten, I think, 55 or 56 max HP by the end of a run, and I've beaten the game 3 times like this, each on increasing difficulty levels. I don't know why the slow burn is so satisfactory to me, and I don't even use the HP at the end anyway, so I think I need to broaden my horizons a little bit. And as much as I'd love to do an overview of the gameplay, I'm going to let the game play over in the background, and that'll do it. And I'm just going to talk about the game. You can watch the game, I'll talk about the game, you're going to get the same amount of data. And I guess I'll also be releasing a Let's Play similar to the one I did for Nordhold, where I just kind of play the game and yap about the game. You know, what I do best, I guess, in this beautiful roguelike scene. I love this genre so much. So if you're interested in that, go check out the Overstock channel on Friday. Also Funny Moments videos over there on Wednesdays as usual. Anyways, as much as I love going on tangents and plugging myself, we got that part out of the way, so let's keep going. I also can't be up all night in front of the green screen. As much as I'd love to do that, I would run out of topics really fast and I would just keep going in circles. Anyway, unless we, I don't know, talk about the actual game, Gavin? Jeez Louise. This guy. Who let this guy in here?
Hey, did you see that dev update? Oh god, get away from me, put a shirt on. Yeah, so there was just a dev update last Saturday, 2 days ago, but 2 days after me recording the bulk of this video and the commentary for it, that kind of went over a couple things that I hit on in this video, so I want to just cover that quick and get it out of the way. They've apparently added curses, or have at least teased some curses. There are a total of 6 Ascension levels, so I'm able to, I don't know what this means, so I'm able to confirm that there are 6 difficulties beyond the base difficulty. There are going to be more consumables, more dice, more relics. There's also going to be an endless mode, just like any good roguelike, so we love that. There's going to be elite boss reworks, which is going to be absolutely amazing. They tease some like outlines of like who's that Pokemon style, like who's that going to be, who are they going to turn into, who are they going to evolve into. There's going to be better events and more event options, and I really quickly tap on in this video, during the beta there was these like special events where you would roll your dice and use those dice to determine the outcome of said event. They're going to be adding that back in at some capacity, which is really cool. There's also going to be more story and more lore, which we love, and there's just going to be more general gameplay aspect content, which is beautiful. So I'll let you get on to the rest of the video. Let this shirt full guy take it away.
Die in the Dungeon was originally brought up by my good pal Logan because it's like Slay the Spire but with dice. And I said, oh boy, really? In a really unenthusiastic manner, I'm sure. Which, sorry Logan. But I tried it and it was really hard and I didn't understand it at all. Just like my first time playing Slay the Spire. What do you mean there's dice? I'm in a dungeon and there's no cards. What is this? But I played it a little bit more and I made a short little overview video, and that was kind of it. The video kind of did poorly. I kind of forgot about it. But fast forward like an entire pregnancy. Not mine, I'm sure somebody else's. And here we are 9 months later with a bouncing, beautiful baby frog that is ready to brandish its sword at enemies or shield. What's up, Mango? At beetles, flies, grasshoppers, gas gremlins, and an actually had ass riding a scorpion. Die in the Dungeon is one of my top roguelikes at this point. It also really encapsulates all of the roguelike aspects I love from Slay the Spire, which yes, I am going to keep comparing this game to Slay the Spire, but that's what I do. I'm really sorry. I mean, I have a bias, and if things are like the things I like, chances are I'm going to like those things as well. Number one, it keeps the gameplay simple on all levels, from the first combat to the last Act 3 boss. Everything is plain and simple, laid out for you. It spells everything out for you. You can hover over any single action, any dice, any keyword, and it'll tell you exactly what it does. Nothing is over the top. Nothing is too complex to really get a grasp on. If you don't know what an enemy's passive is, hover over it. If you don't know what something does, just hover over it. The natural progression of the game slowly introduces you to more mechanics on your dice, your enemies, and your relics. You will be met with enemies you haven't seen before, sure, and you can either do one of two things. Just fight them without reading and learn that way, which is doable, or take like 5 seconds and read what they actually do, because the game will tell you. It's not like afraid of information. I mean, maybe I am, but I'll learn it one way or another, because I'll see them again in the future. They pay rent here, pal. I'm coming here to collect. Number 2 is the relics and the unlockable progress. There are achievements in Die in the Dungeon, and they do come with rewards, which is very rewarding. These rewards 99% of the time are just more relics that you can find across your run, and the other 1% is your other 2 frogs that you get by beating the game subsequently with the previous frog. Subsequently and previously can be used in the same sentence, I don't really know. But these relics that you get really aren't game-changing or overpowered. I mean, I did just get a nuke button where if you deal 50 damage to one unit, it does 50 damage again. But it makes the game a little bit more technical and provides a little bit more flair and allows you to your characters a little bit differently if you want to pursue those specific relics. And you can really get most of these relics at any time throughout the run as well. So you can build up your frog just the way you want them. Which brings me to my number 3, the unique frogs. There are currently 3 frogs in the game. They each have different starting relics and a different bag of dice. The dice aren't really mixed up too much. The main character, Cinder, is really well balanced. The second character, Lisfer, is more based on attack damage and kind of quick attacks with the 0 cost dice. And Mango has 0 healing items and prioritizes boosting and shields, hence the shield. Also, each character has their own little board, which I just find so cool. Lisfer is by far my favorite, and beating Ascension level 1 unlocks the secondary starting relic for all of these characters, regardless of who you want it as, which also brings me to my number 4, Ascension. I haven't looked this up yet. I'm doing this completely, self-taught and blind, so I don't know the max Ascension level, but I'm currently on number 3, where the bosses are stronger. Now, just like Slay the Spire, Ascension levels increase with the previous Ascension level run success, and it introduces a higher level of difficulty with one minor tweak. Typically, this is more elites, less healing, tougher bosses, tougher basic enemies, stuff like that. And we haven't seen any cursed dice yet. I don't think cursed dice are going to be a thing, but we'll see. That could be very well doable, as there are actual debuffing enemies that give you debuffing dice, so it's a possibility. We'll see. I do feel like Die in the Dungeon takes a little bit more skill versus luck. I do feel like Slay the Spire is a little bit more reliant on RNG and luck, but that makes it even more rewarding when you beat an Ascension level. Admittedly, I think I've beaten the game the same way every time with that shield and max HP tactic, but I keep getting that max health increase relic where I just need it. It just keeps pulling me in. As I sort of alluded to earlier, I really like the progress of the run. It doesn't feel too fast. It definitely feels a little bit slow at times, especially when I run that shielding tactic. Regardless, each run seems to take about an hour to an hour and a half, and as you get familiar with the game, you can run it a little bit quicker. There are smithies that you can upgrade dice through. You can also purchase relics at shops. You can heal at a bonfire. There's special events where you can upgrade your dice, get new relics, take damage. And it does spice the game up a little bit rather than just having enemy encounter, elite encounter, rest stop, shop, stuff like that. But the shops do have really cool relics. There are relics that help you get other relics and get more gold. There are special events that do the same thing. And I had a string of 3 question marks, and each one of them was an elite. So I'm hoping they bring in a little bit more variety in the event and unknown tiles. They did have these events in the beta where you use dice from your bag to alter the outcome of specific interactions that you do. I am a little bit glad that they got rid of it, because it really feeds into the RNG aspect, whereas now I can really just pick what I want based on the outcome. But I'm sure they're not done here, so we'll see where they go next. As of now, though, I mean, the game feels fantastic where it is. I would be fully fine if they stopped production. Obviously, I'm going to be a little bit sad, but I think the game is in an absolutely beautiful finished state, and if they do decide to keep updating it, I'm really excited to see where it goes. So I think I'm going to end this video here, as I obviously came to a sort of conclusion and final thought. Let me know if you want to see more videos on Die in the Dungeon, I will definitely be playing this game. So I'm sure I could mix up a little video in the future. But I hope you enjoyed this dice roguelike. I never actually introduced the type of genres that it is, because I think it really is just roguelike dice. I guess role playing, which is kind of a given. So, you know, we're going to keep it simple with just roguelike dice, huh? How about that? Deck building, if you want to call it deck building. Have a wonderful rest of your week. We'll see you next time.